So, documenting is so self-explanatory. It's setting your camera up or having a camera person with you, documenting your everyday, day-to-day life. Now, most people think when it comes to music, that has to be the studio. No, it can be your everyday life. It can be you going to play basketball. It can be you in the gym. It could be you at your mother's house, because you never know when you're going to capture those special moments. I want to show you guys some examples of how we were able to take footage from that was documented and turn that into great content marketing moments. Let's start with my guy, Rod Wave. This is back in 2020, heading into 2021. We were able to take a lot of the content that he made and chop it up and post it on TikTok. And we were able to grow his TikTok to over 1 million followers before Rod even knew he had a TikTok. We were literally just taking what he documented and cutting it and putting it on TikTok. And we were able to break his music like that. So here's one of the clips that we were able to take and add to his TikTok, and it went viral. So again, Rod was just vibing out, nothing going on, just vibing out, and it was documented, and we were able to take it and make it a viral moment.
Hey, when you got it out of mud, yeah, ran it up, yeah, really don't get no fuck, yeah, don't get no fuck when you turn nothing to something, yeah, really hustling, yeah, y'all getting that money, yeah, you getting that money, yeah.
This is another clip, millions of views on this clip, and it's just documentation. You guys have to start documenting when you're moving around, when you're in the studio, home, mom's house, wherever you are, document that, and we can take that, chop that up, and turn that into great content. Man, one of the beauties of documentation is you never know when you're going to capture that special moment. So here's one of the moments of Rod's first tours that was captured by his videographer, and it was a special moment that went ultra viral. Yeah. And so you guys got to be able to capture these special moments. And you never know when those moments are going to happen. That's why documenting is so important. So I want to show you guys some more examples. So this example, this clip right here wasn't even a song. It was just her doing a melody that went so viral that we had to make it into a song. So check this clip out here.
You just need somebody that can keep you warm. Baby song.
The clip went so viral that we had to go back in and actually make this a song. And so that's why I'm going to stress this. Always document, always have the camera rolling. This is Ivory. He was just talking to some radio execs, and they captured the moment of him talking about it. We got the clip and we put this headline on that spoke to what he was speaking about in the clip. And this is one of his most viral pieces of content. It's just him telling his story. But because somebody actually had their phone out recording, they captured this moment and it turned into viral content.
I was an addict, you know what I'm saying? My dad used to give me like the rent money, and he would tell me, look, son, don't give me this rent money, I ain't gonna have nowhere to live. And he would do drugs through the night, and I would take the rent money and I would hide in the top of my closet. This is when I was 9 years old. But that's where I taught myself how to play piano, because I would put the headphones on and I wouldn't hear my dad like banging on the door throughout the night, you know what I'm saying, telling me, basically give him the money so he could do the drugs. But, you know, I kind of took something like that and I turned it into something great.
Imagine had the camera not been rolling, we wouldn't have captured this special moment and wouldn't have been able to put it out there. This is him telling this story. A lot of people, the reason it went viral is because people related to this. People understood his struggle and was able to become fans of him through his struggle and through his story. This is I'm going to stress this probably after every video. documentation is everything. So always have the camera rolling. I'm gonna show you guys a couple more examples and then we'll move on. But I want to make sure you guys understand document, document, document. Now, this is another form of content. I consider it documentation, but a lot of times people want to hear from you. They want to know where you stand. They want to know what you stand for. And so having those cameras rolling and just speaking to the camera, whether it be via podcast, whether it be you just pull the camera out and begin to speak, whether it be you at home and you create your own podcasting moment. I'm going to show you guys a few examples of that because this is very important. Being able to speak to what you stand for, what your brand stands for. We consider it a form of documentation because you are speaking on the moment.
Man, I'm pretty sure everybody gets to the point where they just want to crash the fuck out, you know? Don't do it, my brother. I don't care if your money low, your bitch playing with you, your partners might be playing on your top with your intelligence and shit like that. You know, might be somebody out here in the streets you just want to spank, give them a whooping, you know what I mean? Don't do it, my brother. It ain't worth it, you know? Just keep going, keep striving, stay motivated, find whatever you can find for yourself to stay motivated and keep a positive mindset.
You see what I'm saying? And this clip right here actually has millions of views because people are related to his message. And I want to stress, like, not waiting for somebody to give you a platform for you to speak. So here's another example of my guy Piff. This is him setting up his podcasting mic and speaking on what he felt like he needed to speak on. You don't have to wait for people to give you a platform for you to speak. If you're an artist, if you're a creator, and you have a brand that stands for something and you're building something with a purpose and a mission, you need to be able to get that out. And this is one of the ways to be able to get that out. It's just sitting down and speaking on what you need to speak on.
Everybody want to be tough, but don't want to go through the experiences that make you tough. I don't want a tough life. I want to be soft. Like, tough people are tough for a reason. You don't want to be tough.
So this is my point that I'm making. Don't wait for somebody to give you a platform. Document yourself. Go ahead and speak on what you need to speak on. Go ahead and tell people what you stand for and what you stand on, because that's how you get them in your community. And even if you do end up on a platform, make sure you're pulling that content and posting it for yourself. So here's Moneybag, you're on a podcast, and they pulled this and posted it.
I feel like that all that being done and done to me, you know what I'm saying, happening in my life, I'm hard to love for that. You know, in the past 2 years, you know what I'm saying, not dropping no music and shit, nigga really been going through real life, dealing with real life situations. Because at one minute, like, at one point in time, I couldn't even leave Memphis. I was bigger than, I was this superstar, but I'm in this small town. You know what I'm saying? Got 4, 5 number ones on the radio, still just dumb shit, you know?
And so this is a perfect example. When you are on a platform, pull that content and post that content. Here we are, we have another tool in our toolbox. We have direct marketing, personal content, indirect marketing, storytelling, documenting. We have all of these different tools in our tool belt, but we are not done. Now I want to show you guys what it looks like to repurpose content. So the next thing in our tool belt is going to be repurposing. Now, repurposing is one of the most powerful tools in our tool belt, because a lot of times artists aren't up to just run and jump and shoot content all the time, even though they should be. So what we do is we like to go through their phones. And I know it sounds funny, but it's the truth, because everybody has hundreds of videos of themselves that they have recorded in their phone. And so we take those videos and we deal with indirect marketing. We find ways to match the lyrics to a visual and tell a story. So we'll take pieces of content from their phone. It could just be them holding their phone up, looking around, looking cute, doing whatever. And we'll take a timestamp from a song that matches that aesthetic of what they were doing. And then we'll tell their story over. Like, we'll find ways to tell their story to that piece of content. So I'm gonna show you guys some examples of exactly us doing that. So that same piece of content that went viral earlier, we took some BTS footage somebody had shot on the iPhone of Ivory, and we used that footage to tell that story that Ivory had told earlier. So we matched the lyrics from his song to the visual to the story. And so here's what we got.
Somebody show me something real. These days it's really hard to tell. Just need me something I can feel. These filters got us under spell.
So all we're doing is we're trying to find ways to match those three pieces, the lyrics to the visual to the story. And so here's some more examples of repurposing. So this is these guys' story. They're both from Africa. They moved to America as young kids. They were actually raised very close to each other, and they met at school and found out they both do music. So we took their story, wrote it out, you know, again, in that sort of TikTok language, when a Nigerian and a Ghanaian kid. And then we found some lyrics that matched that situation, which is actually the song that they collabed on. And it's like, I find myself when I look at you, because we both came from this place. And so this is how we put this piece of content together. By the way, it's considered repurposed because this is literally just a video from when they took a picture. So somebody was recording when they took a picture, and we saw that piece of content and we saw, we can use this. We can use this, we can repurpose this piece of content. So going through your phone and finding all these little clips of whatever is happening, it's the easiest in the sense of the content is already created. It's just the footage from your phone, but it's the hardest in the sense of making that marriage of the visual matching the lyrics, matching the story that we're telling. But here's a great example of what that would look like. Perfect. So just a clip of them taking the picture, we were able to turn into viral content. So this one is Amari. It's just a clip of her in the mirror. And we probably have used this clip 10 times, and each time it does at least a couple 100,000 views.
You just need somebody that can keep you warm.
We took that same audio clip from earlier that went viral. We took a clip from her phone that we've used several times that we know works really well. This clip did a couple 100 views like it always does. But now that's a couple 100 more views on the new song that we had just released. And so that's how we go about repurposing content. I'm gonna show you some more examples until I feel like you guys really understand. So this is a clip out of my wife's phone of me and her on a boat. And I basically took the clip, I matched it with the song. The song was saying heavy on we. And so because the main lyrics was heavy on we, I figured out a story to tell that boosted that idea of heavy on we. And so this is a piece of content.
I'm betting on we, heavy on we is divine. Heaven we touch when we dine, treasure indeed.
And just like that, I want to say this clip got over 500,000 views. And just like that, 500,000 more views on the song, because we took the lyrics and we said, okay, what visual do we have that matches and can boost up the idea of heavy on we? What story can we tell that matches and can boost up that idea of heavy on we? And we came out.
I'm betting on we, heavy on we is divine. Heaven we touch when we dine, treasure indeed.
And that's just a little clip from out of her phone, man. And so repurposing is such golden content. Let me show you guys one more that you might have recently just seen, as a matter of fact, because this just went viral the other day.
Said I heard you back where you know who. I told a girl I'm always back where you know who.
Now, this just went viral a couple of days ago, but for all we know, this clip could have been in her phone for years. So she took this clip and she made it match the lyrics. And now...
Said I heard you back where you know who. I told a girl I'm always back where you know who.
It matched the lyrics, it matched the moment. And that's how you do it. That's how you repurpose. And so those are some great examples. Let me see if I got some more examples for you guys. So this is, again, footage out of my wife's phone that matched the song. She heard this song and she said, man, what can I do that makes sense for this song? The song was going viral already. It was already becoming a big trend. But she said, okay, how can I make this make sense for our family? And so she took some footage out of her phone, wrote the story, and boom, another viral piece. I believe this piece has about 11 million views.
I only see my goals. I don't believe in failure, 'cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it.
Play it again.
I only see my goals. I don't believe in failure, 'cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it.
Not our artist, but 11 million views that went to that artist because she recognized, hey, this is going viral. How can I capitalize on it for us? And so what she did was she took some content, she put a story to it, and boom, 11 million views later. And that's how you repurpose content. That content was not shot for creating that piece of content that you just saw, but because you can recognize those three things, the visual, the lyrics, and the story, and you can put them together and make them work. That's how you repurpose content. And that is what we do best, to be honest. We're the best in the business at repurposing. And it's so good because, again, this is content that's already shot. No need for the artist to go out and shoot things. They just go through their phone. What visuals do you have in your phone? Send them to us and we'll repurpose them. So you, as an artist, what do you do in this moment right now? This is a serious masterclass right here. This is the more difficult side of it. It's just looking through your phone, finding those visuals. What lyrics do I have that match this? And then now, boom, I got the lyrics on, I got the timestamp on top of it. What story can I tell? What words can I put over it to make people stop and read and make it relatable to what's happening? And that's how you create that viral content. So that is repurposing. And then there's one more type of content that I really want to get across to you guys. Our last tool in our tool belt, and it's UGC, user-generated content. This is so valuable to you because as you're cranking out all of this content, sometimes you get fatigued. Sometimes it's like, man, I don't want to make another 5 pieces of content for the weekend or for next week. One of the best tools is user-generated content. What does that look like? So if you have a song and people are making content to that song, you can take that content from off their page and post it on your page. And if it's doing well on their page, it'll probably do even better on your page. So here's some examples of user-generated content. We were working a song by Justine Scott called Collide. I'm going to show you guys some of the content that we pulled from users and posted on her page. So we posted this on Justine Scott's page.
So baby, do it right, do me right. We can go all time. We can move back, then rewind. Why you put your body on mine and collide?
This was content that she didn't create. She just snatched it from somebody else that had made content to her song, and she posted on her page. Boom, 1.5 million views. Now let me show you another piece. And you're not gonna believe how many views this got.
Got the video from the lady behind. Shout out to my parents. Go dad.
Now, that piece of content right there, that one piece of content did 95 million views on Justine Scott YouTube Shorts. And so that's why user-generated content is so powerful, because A, it's already promoting your song, but B, it helps you fill in those gaps when you don't have content, and it brings followers, it brings following to your page. Those 95 million views got her over 400,000 new subscribers. And so you always want to be able to snatch that user-generated content. And not only do you want to just snatch it and post it, you also want to engage with it. So doing duets, doing stitches, engage with that user-generated content. So this is Justine's duet with one of the pieces of content that a fan made. Simple as that. That video got over 1 million views on her TikTok. And so user-generated content is very powerful. It's something that we use to the T. As a matter of fact, going back to Money Long Hours and Hours, we posted more user-generated content than we did of her own content. We were posting about 10 posts a day across our socials, and I would say about 8 of those were user-generated content. And so even with the blogs, we were posting user-generated content on the blogs. And so very powerful tool in your toolbox. But those are the tools: direct marketing, indirect marketing, documenting, repurposing, user-generated content. Those are the tools in your toolbox to content marketing. And next week, we're going to get into exactly how to use those tools and post those tools and where to post those tools. So we're going to get into strategy of using those tools. But this week, I just want to explain to you what those tools look like, how to create those tools in your toolbox. And so I hope you have some fun learning content marketing with me. I'll see you next week where we're going to get into the strategy of how and where to post this content. Next week, you guys, let's get into it. Have a great week. And I'll see you guys Thursday on live. And as always, tell people about your experience here. Tell people what you are learning. Let's help build this community. We are a community, and I need your help building it. So make sure you spread the word and tell people to go ahead and subscribe so they can get this type of information to grow themselves and grow their careers. I'll see you all next week.